recorded and saved on StreamYard, but it will be saved on YouTube.
Well, thanks everybody who's here or not here. Ed, you're the best for helping me with this. I just want to say that. And I got one last question. If I want to send the link to join this or for people to see it on YouTube, do I send the StreamYard link or do I send the YouTube link?
If you want them to join you here with us, you send the link you sent me.
If I want people just to know that it's going and come say hey,
You send your YouTube link.
where
Did
would
you
I?
make it public or private or
So far, it's public. It's still a black screen and nothing. Like I'm in the studio and I don't see.
did you go live?
Where do I do that? Stream.
Oh, it shows you live. Andy's after party.
Okay.
I need to mute that though. I see Midas March in here. I see us on our end. Oh,
All
better
right.
hit the like button.
Oh, there it is. I see it. So there we go.
Now, if you
I see us.
you need another monitor, you could plug in your laptop. It helps, Ebo. It helps.
Plug it in. Yeah, it's plugged in.
And Midas sees us both and hear you.
You can hear me though? Good. Okay. All right. Let me tell
People
people.
are starting to come in. A&M Prospecting, how are you doing?
Hey, and one sec here.
Oh, and I'm a mess. My hair's all down, not even combed. I have bed head. Guys, here I am at my worst. No, actually, after work yesterday, I was my worst. Oh, God, was I filthy.
All right. Let me just fill my coffee. I'm excited here. Last time we had such a good time doing this. It was like a 4-hour show.
Yeah, I was stoked to continue it on too, but I know you're a busy guy. I'm a busy guy. And one day it might mesh. We could make
Yeah.
it like an after Andy party or something.
What did you call it? Across borders?
Yeah, I think that's if you allow me, I could probably even share the thumbnail I made.
Yeah, please.
I think it was across borders. Yeah, that sounds right. Now, if I could find it.
For a bit. All right. Well, we'll definitely not keep this long this time. I just felt the end of the show with Andy there. People were pretty eager to keep talking. So
Well, Andy, that that was such a tease, Andy. Such a
it's so
tease.
good.
Like Moto's last video I watched of Moto. A nice cruise, and down the Kettle River. And next thing I know, hey, there's Andy over. I'm like, what the? Apparently, it was that Dan Hurd's claim. But right
But
now, I'm looking.
if I'm not incorrect, that was his trip out to see Andy. I'm sure he'll answer. But yeah, some epic footage for sure. I saw the little teaser on Facebook, which was even more of a teaser.
Tease. But that's good in a way. It keeps them wanting to come back for more.
Yes.
Moto, I enjoyed the ride though. It was nice, man. It was nice. I'm looking for the. Oh, there it is. There it is. Yeah, it was Beyond Borders with Sibo and Ed.
Could be a lot of fun.
Here, wonder if you'll let me share screen.
Yeah. How do I do that? Oh,
See, I have it down there behind. There you go.
oh nice.
Beyond Borders with Sibo and I was kind of stoked about that. I was getting pretty excited about it, Sibo.
You know what?
And
I'm down. I just, I got a little hesitant there. I was a little busy with some stuff, but we should start that up at the end of this season for the winter.
that'd be a good idea. Yeah. Uh, like after Andy's, my cat saying hi. Shut up, cat. Um, like what after Dan's or Andy's premiere or something, or
Yeah, it's always fun to keep the conversation rolling. Or, we can always take our own moment for that. I like the live streams on a whim like this,
usually everything at a spur of a moment is a good time.
I'm just glad that this is as simple as it is, and thanks again for helping me set this up. But I wish I could have had the link and ready to go at the end of Andy's thing. We could have just dragged everyone over for sure for a good convo.
Right. There's something to think of next week or the week before that, or could get primed and ready to do it. Like you said, your season starting. Our season out here in the Midwest is starting. Even though the water's really high and muddy and getting tons of water, but you're in the Caribou, so you don't get all the water that like Moto does and stuff, all the rain like Moto and Andy gets. Hey,
Um,
Derek.
I'm actually in the Okanagan, but we definitely do not get the rain they do. They get some amazing amounts of rain on the island, but they also have a longer season. They can go often right through the winter, which
Oh,
is a
that's
lot of us are
true.
pretty jealous of them when it comes to like December rolling around and the snow starts to fall.
Yeah, where I lived in Washington, I could be in snow in 20 minutes and back down to no snow in 20 minutes. Or sometimes it'd be dumping snow at my house, and 4 miles down the road it'd be dumping water. Gold Chasers, how you
Yeah, hey, Gold
doing?
Chasers, one more pan, Midas. It's great to see everybody. Super
Now,
excited for this season.
Klondike Mike's a Gold Chaser, right?
No, he's an AU Migo.
That's right. Sorry, Gold Chasers.
Yeah,
I've
Gold
had
Chasers,
all of you on my
Clint and
channel
Greg.
before. That's right. Yeah, I'm old and I'm blonde. And
Well, dude, I had to call you to see how to set this up again. I thought that was pretty funny.
hey, no worries, Ebo.
You're
No
not that
worries.
old, brother.
Just some
So
days I feel older than others.
I gotta say, man, the production level of Andy's videos is improving and increasing every single video. Like it just gets better, and the story gets thicker, and the shots get tighter, and he's got some amazing slow mo shots and the drone shots. I think it's just every video it's getting better, in my opinion, anyways.
And if you're in the room, I wasn't bullshitting about you being up there at the Darcy Cooper level. You know, I
He's
have very much respect for our caribou mining king, Darcy Cooper. He inspired me a lot years and years ago. And I watched Joshua Grove vicariously through Darcy's videos. and he helped me think out of the stream, like a lot of you Canadians do. You can't work in the stream for the most part unless you get special corporation permits for dredging and stuff like we've talked about in the past. But
Mm.
there's plenty of high benches, plenty of high benches. But yeah, Andy Thrax Mining's videos are getting better. And like every one of the creators in here, their first videos suck. I know mine do. About 1,000 of them suck, and then they get better and better and better and better.
Yeah, that's how it goes. Mine, I look at some of my first ones, and it's just we all have to start somewhere, right? Andy's putting a lot of energy into making it where it's at, so he's gonna have good results from that. Hey, Reg, hit the shower, buddy. It won't be a 4-hour show again, but hopefully I'll hold out here for half an hour. I don't know, maybe.
Oh, I don't know. You might have to get someone else in, Sibo.
I appreciate it, Ed. It's
I
just
do
nice.
have a gold show next week that I'm working the Dream Map booth at, and I volunteer at. Also, the first weekend in June is Flash Bash. My travel trailer's out in my backyard, waiting for me to get her ready for the season. And if I don't do it, last thing I want to do is come home from work and be doing it. I want to be able to just chill and relax.
Mm-hmm. Well, I won't hold you long. I'm sure a lot of people are excited for the Flash Bash. I know a lot of us wish that you had a northern version and you came to visit. Hopefully, one day that'll happen.
You never know. The thing with Flash Bash and why I keep it like so far in Ohio, I'm thinking about moving it to Indiana next year, is property.
Mm.
Land, because I lease like Ohio State prospectors lease. They want to call them claims, but they're not claims, they're leases. But I lease one of their leases most of the time for the weekend. And like for this year, like the very first year, I'm leasing a private campground. So it's just flash bashers. So
Right.
it's the land is a big issue. Then the logistics to it too, because like you, like most of us, I work full time and it isn't mining. So shut up, phone. So, I have to work around work and stuff because I've had people want me to throw it down in the Carolinas or Georgia or, but I do Washington or BC before I do those, probably in a heartbeat, if I could, you know. Um, and Clint, speedy heal, buddy. Take care. It's good
Yeah.
seeing you. Sorry I mixed
Minus.
you up with the three amigos or the AU amigos.
And yeah, Midas, they used to have the Gold Panners Championships or the Cherryville Gold Panning competition, I should say, at the Gold Panner Campground. It then got moved to Enderby, where they have it now. And I think they have a lease on the park or wherever they hold it. So I don't think it'll go back to the Gold Panners Campground. I've spoken to the owners there about doing some stuff there, and they're totally interested. So if people did want to start up a little committee and talk to the Gold Panning Campground, they are interested in anything that we want to do there and support it. And they've got an amazing campground set up there, and there's some good gold there on the Monashee. So great idea. I'm a little busy this year. I'm back working prospecting for a geo company, full time pretty much. And then I've got the Trout Creek thing I got to fit in there this summer. And now Ed wants to do the Cross Borders show, so I don't know if I got any more time. But I
That
supported.
will be more of a off-season show, though, right?
Yeah, true enough. But I would love to support another Okanagan panning, I don't want to say competition, but event of any sort. I know that we've got the panning competitions coming up in the Caribou in July that Shane and them are putting on. I'm very excited to go back up for that one. It was a great turn up for the first year. And I mean, no one even knew about it. It was so last minute. So this year should just be so exciting. Hey, Gary, Missouri Miner. Thanks for coming out. We're just having a little chat after the Andy Thrax show. I'm assuming maybe
Gary?
Ed dragged you in. We had a lot of Ed fans show up on the last live stream there right away.
I haven't even put any. I didn't share nothing. My bad, Sivo.
No, I think your last time your live just was on, like just because it does, doesn't it?
No, I think I gotta share it from my end to do anything like that.
Remember.
But like a lot of these people are part of the Flash fam. You, Derek, One More Pan, Reg is a regular, Motos also, and Midas, Mark, So welcome, Gary. We're in Missouri. My oldest son was born in Missouri. My kids were born all over Massachusetts, Missouri, and Washington State. That's right, Derek. One big fam. We're all family.
Yeah.
Sibo, we're all family. Beyond borders.
Oh, for sure.
There's no borders with this fam.
No, just can't come across and see each other.
Not yet. And if they force me to get a jab on the Canadian border, I'll never go over.
I think that might be over with. I don't follow that stuff. I try to just stay in the woods and hide away, to be honest with you.
Hey, there's Andy right there. We have two birthday boys because you just had your birthday the same day as Andy's, just the other day.
Who I did?
Yeah, wasn't it just your birthday, Sibo?
Yeah, April 12th was my birthday, and then Andy's was yesterday.
Right. Okay. Remember, I'm old and I only had 3 cups of coffee and I've had 4 hits of my vape.
And what's the limit? You need 10 and 10 to be functional? Like, where are we at here, Ed?
Pretty much. I better work on that.
Andy, I was just saying earlier, I don't know if you were here, but like the video level and production is getting so amazing. I thoroughly enjoyed that. And I felt like everybody at the end of that video, it was like, no, it can't be over. It was like, I feel like we just got a taste of the cookie and you pulled it away. So, let's.
Oh, I definitely felt that way, Sibo. But I meant what I said about Darcy Cooper too, Andy. Keep up the great work, buddy.
Gary, I think that if you get across the border, there are panning reserves that I believe you guys are allowed to use as well. I'm not 100% clear on that. I would call the BC Ministry of Mines and ask them if, but I do know we have American miners here that hold claims and other things. So I cannot, I mean, it's a public panning reserve. So I would think that those are all
I think for us Yankees to come up there to hold a a mining claim, we have to be incorporated. And if my memory serves me right, now if the Greenhorn prospector in here, he's from Wyoming, originally, I believe, and he's up in the Caribou mining now. Yeah, I agree, Andy. Darcy Cooper is a true legend, but I like his documentary style. It's a lot of nature and mining and some teaching on mining. But now, as an out-of-state resident or a foreigner coming in, your public panning areas are just that, they're public lands, right? So it's open to anyone as long as you follow the rules and regulations of that providence, correct?
Yeah. As far as I know, like I said, I've never really dug into that question to have a concise answer. On that note, Moto Mining wants to know, as a Canadian, can we get a claim in the States? Let's say in Liberty, Washington. I think it's different in every state, isn't it? Or how is that?
Yeah, as a foreigner, unfortunately, we give shit away all the time to foreigners. I believe so, but Moto, seriously, good luck at finding a good claim in Liberty, Washington. That's all I have to say is good luck. And I believe a lot of the properties in Liberty are patented mining claims. So they have now gone from a federal mining claim to private property. But if there's a good claim in Liberty, I guarantee you, if it's open, it's going to be expensive. Or if it's up for sale, it's going to be expensive. And if it's open, it's no good or worked out. I'm sure the history of Liberty, Washington, and I'm sure all the good grounds claimed. Check with My Land Matters and check out the area. You know how to do your homework, Moto. It's not much difference from the States to Canada. At least I don't think so.
I had a glitch there. Hello?
Buy a mind out one.
Did I leave the scene for a sec there?
No, and you barely froze up on this side of things. I wasn't paying attention to the YouTube feed. Andy says you're solid.
Okay. Yeah, it spun out on my end for a sec there. So I'm curious, so out where you are, you still got snow, Ed, or is it people out on the creeks or what?
There's some people out in the river. Like I said, the water's high. We just got pounded with some Midwest thunderstorms and some heavy rains. So it's all like chocolate milk, And we don't have the vertical drop that you boys do in BC or the Cascade Range or the Okanagan and stuff. So it doesn't clean out real fast either in my part of the state. And if I wanted to go where it cleaned out more faster, I'd be looking at a 6-hour round trip. So, or more, 6 to 8 hours round trip. And what's funny? For the past 8 years, I've always been out on the river within like the first part of March. I have yet been on the river yet, but I've been metal detecting, so, and a little magnet fishing.
Nice.
Hey, there's Dan Hurd. How you doing, Dan?
Hey, Dan, good to see you, buddy.
Dan the man. His gemstone stuff are looking really nice. His work on those picture stones. Wonder if I came to British Columbia if I could talk Dan into taking me out. Probably not. He's a big superstar now, and I'm just a
Oh,
little guy.
Dan's got a big heart, man. If he's got time, he'll take you out. Andy wanted to know what do you guys do at Flash in the Pan? Is it like panning and eating good foods and competition?
Flash Bash.
Flash Bash, yeah.
It's pretty much the majority of them are all YouTubers, magnet fishers, detectorists, prospectors, and we hang out and enjoy each other's company. I take my dredge, I take my high banker, and if you've never done it, you're more than welcome to use my gear. Um, you could. It isn't like other events where there's competitions and seeded hunts. It's turned out to be more of like a creator summit. Like last year, I took all my camera gear. I didn't break it out once. It's kind of like where creators can compare notes and
But you can
talk to
set up a
each
booth
other.
too.
No.
People can't
Eh,
set up a booth
oh,
to.
people could if I like your Jesse set up a booth to sell shirts and cups, my co-host Jesse. Um, the Carolina boys, Benzo Bonanza or Benzo Gold and JP Lonza more. They sold some pay dirt and stuff. And I keep it small. I only sell 30 campsites.
So
And
yeah, like Dan was saying, he hasn't even taken me up to the Ocean Picture Stone yet. I'm looking forward to going too. Maybe if you have some booths for selling Ocean Picture Stone, Dan will show up to the Flash Bash.
yeah,
It,
exactly, Andy. It's kind of like a creator summit where we all just talk about each other or we bounce off ideas or styles or and a lot of us just leave our camera gear. We bring it, but like last year I didn't even touch it. And
nice.
it was just to enjoy the camaraderie and the company of other creators within the hand, the treasure hunt in the hand. And I keep it small. It ain't no dig stock or something like that where there's 300 people there and gets all impersonable and stuff. I want it intimate where I can visit with everybody and make sure everyone's having a good time and keep it small, personal. Um, and so far, the last 3, 4 years, it's been going good. First year, I haven't sold out right away, but I don't really care. It's going to be a good time anyway.
Yeah, it is all about the community. I love the little community of miners. I love how, every time I go to a show or Dan's or Andy's live, premieres, there's always the same people willing to show up and say hello. And it is a family, right? Like we were saying earlier, it's one big, happy, across the borders family.
Right. It is. It's even bigger than that, but it's still little. If you include our Aussie mates, there's Chris and full of gold and tons of Aussies and Tassies and who knows, UK guys.
Anywhere there's gold.
That's right, which means all over.
True. Yeah, I mean, I spoke to Fred when he used to go to the Philippines because every year, and his wife is from there, and there's quite a bit of panning there. Mostly, I believe, fine gold, but a lot of panning out in the Philippines as well.
I hear the Philippines has pretty good gold, but like you said, fine. Much like Papua New Guinea has
Yeah.
tons of gold, but there's mostly fine gold throughout the globe than there is big gold. Um, but it all adds up. It all looks beautiful in the pan.
You know what? These guys showed up from to Fred's one time with these beautiful nuggets, and they were for somewhere in the Himalayan mountains. I can't remember off the top of my head right now. Maybe Mongolia. It was insane gold up there.
Oh, all I picture is like if I watch something like a hiking or a mountaineering program of like K2 or something like that in the Himalayas, I'm like, look at those rivers, big boulders, big gold. There has to be there somewhere in the Himalayas where they're growing and growing. They're not shrinking like the Appalachia or
Yeah.
parts of the Cascade Range and stuff.
Yeah.
So
They're still building. 10 is so true, Andy. I remember 10 years ago when I first started, the scene was so small.
yeah, it was hard to find other prospectors too. Now, just got to be careful. Just be careful and use your wits because we both know, we all know, gold either brings out the best in a person or the worst in a person.
It very much can. I've heard some crazy stories.
Oh,
Hey,
yeah.
Braden. Good to see you, brother. We're just having a little after chat after the Andy excitement. A lot of us needed
Yeah.
more.
Andy UT.
10 years ago, everyone was scared of me. I was still drinking back then. No one wanted to hang out with Sibo back 10 years ago. Yeah, sober Sibo is way better. I'm addicted to gold now. It's a way more enjoyable ride. And if my wife can hear, I'm sure she'd say yes.
Right.
Because when I'm addicted to something, I'm all in. And if you see how much energy I put into Canadian gold mining and all the prospecting, you can imagine what my drinking was like. Braden, so good to see you. Damn.
Well, you should see if Andy or Dan will come up.
Yeah, anyone want to join on? I know Ed's got a.
I do have to get my travel trailer ready for this upcoming weekend Golden Treasure show. But if you're in Ohio, come to Columbus next weekend and stop by the Dream Mat and Flash in Your Pan booth. Be glad to BS. But yeah, you guys up back home, Pacific Northwest, it's hard to watch videos from back home. I get terribly homesick whenever I watch that stuff.
That's another thing Braden just brought up. The epic. If you guys haven't seen the episode of Freddie Dodge from this week with the Nip and Tuck gold mine guys, it was an amazing episode in my opinion, and I learned a lot from it. I saw a few things that I definitely want to do to my trommel. from that episode. Did you get a chance to watch that yet, Ed?
I'm midway through it.
Really good. They definitely improved their gold production, and what a beautiful place out there. I can't wait to visit Cranbrook.
Yeah, I'm almost halfway through it. I was watching it before Andy's premiere.
Here, let me throw the link on if I can still find it, Dan. Hold on.
Well, I'm not a moderator. I got it right here. But if
How do
they
I?
copy and paste it,
One
they
sec.
can go to it.
Here it is.
Yeah. Freddy Dodge Mine Rescue is on Discovery Plus.
Yeah, see, I don't have cable in that, so I was kind of stuck watching it on YouTube here. I don't know if that works.
It looks clickable to me. Like mine's not clickable because I'm not a moderator.
Yeah.
So
I'll make you one if I could figure out how. I'm actually watching all this through StreamYard right now.
yeah, if you're on StreamYard and not in your YouTube studio, live studio, you can't make anyone moderator.
Yeah,
So,
okay, I'll get on that.
no worries.
I was just happy I got this going, man. I started panicking, like, "Oh, Ed, help me again!" You know.
My pleasure, Sivo, bro. You know, hey, what are friends for, man? My brothers of other mothers.
That was the best part of that. It's not Glacier. He starts arguing with Freddy. That was the best part of that whole episode. I hope I'm not spoiling it, but yeah, spoiler alert.
Well, his part of the country, it'd be like where my claims were in Washington. It was a mixture of alluvial and see you, Dan Hurd. Hope
Thanks
you
for
have a
coming
great
out,
one.
Brother. See you soon.
Hope to be able to pin you down to be a guest sometime, Dan. I've been after you for like 3 years.
He's probably one of the busiest guys that I know.
Well, just think if he was still teaching.
He's on his way somewhere to do some kind of prospecting. Like he's one active fellow. It's great to see.
Well, Dan's a good soul, and I hope nothing but the best for him.
Yeah.
I'm really happy with his success. I used to really get into his stuff when he was still teaching and doing those do-it-yourself projects. I actually used his design for my Saruka. So
Saruka?
Yeah.
Why can't I think of what that is?
It's a sieve you use for gemstones.
Oh, right.
For like diamonds and stuff. Yeah.
Yes. I've got to get one of those. I love that whole contraption. It was really fun to watch him doing that with the garnets and at the Diamond Park. They do that too. That's the same thing, right?
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, we've got a lot of beautiful garnets in BC. A lot of beautiful gemstones up here, actually.
I know some rivers in Washington, back home in Washington, where, oh my God, between the bullets and the garnets, you gotta keep tabs on your sluice box or it gets clogged up fast. Why people shoot in the river, hell if I know, but
yeah, it's so weird how often you find those. You think that they wash down into the river, but that's not the case, right? Like, I mean, maybe over a long period of time, but yeah, people shooting in the waters. It's the same.
Yeah, I think it's them shooting in the water. Pop, 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 pop.
Yeah.
I'm
Welcome back,
even
Reg. How
guilty
was the
of it,
shower?
but not. There's a swim place by the Sultan Mining District. Oh, Ole Creek, I think the name of it is. Some decent gold, but gee whiz, I had so many bullets in my sluice box. I'm like, holy shit, man, look at all these bullets. I want a sieve.
Yeah. Andy, come join us for a bit.
You going? Can Andy get to his claims yet?
Andy, I
Or
I believe
he has some on the mainland too, don't he? They're not all on the island, are they?
me and Andy have some projects off island. Most of the mining that you see that he's doing with his ground is his amazing project somewhere around Vancouver Island there.
Oh,
But he does mine in many areas. We all kind of boot around a little bit here in BC.
I can understand that. You know, like if I was back home in Washington, I'd have mine close to home and I'd be working stuff in like Liberty or Blewett Pass or over on the Similkameen on the dry side of the Cascades in the Okanagan. Yeah, I definitely hear you there, Sibo. Us prospectors have a way of going wandering.
Mhm.
Our wanderlust, and wonderlust, we kind of wander.
Yeah. Well, dude, it's so nice to see everybody here for the after show. Ed, I know you gotta go. Um,
Yeah, pretty quick, eh? See, I'm even sounding like you guys now almost.
yeah, you gotta get a couple more of those A's in there. You'll get to the border, they won't even ask you for ID.
Where are you from,
They
eh?
say, "Can I see your passport?"
Canada, eh?
Oh, hold on, eh? Hold on, eh? I don't know where I put it. Just one second. Oh, there's a beer empty, and they'll go, "Oh, it's okay, sir. Continue on. Let's go. Let's go." Funny story before you leave. I went across the border by accident. Me and my buddies were trying to get cheap border beer in a Soyuz one year, and so we got the beer into the vehicle, which had all kinds of stuff that there wasn't supposed to be in the car because we didn't think we were crossing the border, but there was no way to turn the other way. And so it took us to the American border. And so we said to the guy, um, listen, man, we're not meant to do this. Can we turn around, please? And they're like, no problem. So they turn us around. Well, the Canadian side doesn't see this. So they're like, well, welcome. And we tell them, well, we just got across here. And they're like, they didn't believe us. And so, it was like we are all hippies and stuff in this van, and the lady's like, "You're gonna have to pull over, sir." And I knew that was not going to be good. And so I looked at the lady. I said, "Madame, je suis français, je suis né à Toronto," and I started yapping in French, and she goes, "Ah," and waved us through. We were so lucky.
Yeah, it would have been a real drag if they would have found all that weed under your bench seat or something at that time.
Whatever was there, we were not prepared for a border adventure that day. We just wanted cheap beer, and we went to the duty free. And I would never recommend that to anyone again.
You know the I only had one bad experience at the Canadian crossing, and that was in Windsor, in Ontario, and they had us in secondary for hours.
Been
And I'm
there.
like, really, what the hell? All we want to do is get to Blue Mountain and go snowboarding. Let us through. Well,
Did they
we
eventually?
they eventually did, but they're like, I sorry, sir. My friend Nine Lives. Well, I won't say his real name, but his nickname's Nine Lives. you could probably understand why we call them 9 lives. But they're like, sorry, sir, but your currency has traces of cocaine. And I'm thinking to myself, like,
Every bill
shit,
probably does.
every bill does, and I'm like, really? Really? And they kept us at the border for like 3 hours over that shit. I'm like, what the hell? Come on. We just want to go snowboarding, and we still have a 6 hour drive ahead of us.
Well, man, Ed, thank you so much for joining me here in the morning, everybody. I think my wife wants to start getting the day going and cooking and stuff, and she can't make any noise. And if I last us too much longer, I'm gonna get in trouble too. But let's definitely do this across borders chat again.
Oh, definitely, Siva. Definitely, brother.
Thanks, everybody. Andy, amazing video. Moto, Midas, Reg, everybody who's here. Thanks for coming. I definitely want to do some more lives as I get better at doing them with the help of Ed, and maybe get something back here other than my house one day. Derek, good to see you, brother. One more pan.
Yeah, definitely. Derek's the man.
Get that honey, baby.
Andy, Midas, Braden,
Midas
Moto,
is going panning.
Reg, all great mates.
All great people. Everybody, I hope you have an amazing season, an amazing weekend, and we'll do this again soon, man.
And we'll keep in touch with me, Sibo, about something in the off season, because I know pretty soon we'll all be busy.
Yes.
So
maybe starting October or something.
Yeah, sounds good. Thanks for letting me hang out with you, Sibo. It's always good chatting with you, brother.
Since I don't have
Colin.
Heavy Meadow, how's it going?
I'll be seeing him next month at Flash Bash. Yeah, well, hey, we're about wrapping it up, Colin.
Since I don't have an exit line, you want to give us yours again there? I love it. I got you to do this last time.
Who doesn't like a flash in your pan, And I sincerely mean it when I say maybe one day too, I'll meet you on the river. I sincerely mean that. Hell, if I had the money, I'd be on my way up to the BC right now. But unfortunately, I'm a working jerk. So.
Good to see everybody. Take care, guys.
See y'all later.
Your pan.
See ya, Sibo, bro. I'm out of here.